Good morning, dear students. So today we will see what do we mean by loop and what are looping constructs or loop control statements. Okay, as we know, the statement from written computer program executes sequentially from top to bottom. However, it is necessary for the programmer to execute certain block of statements repeatedly till certain condition satisfies while solving complex problem by using a machine and is possible by loop control statements. The loop statements are also called as iterative statements. To make the program more user-friendly, we can ask the user to enter the value of n. That is how many times or up to where he wants to repeat the loop. So you can see here, I have written here to display 1 to n numbers. So we are making it more generalized so that the user can have the right to decide whether he want to repeat the loop, how many times he want to repeat the loop. Suppose if I want to print 1 to 100, I can specify the value of n as 100. So what we have done for that, the same program, instead of initializing n at the beginning like we have done here, right, in the for loop, we read the value of n by asking the user to enter the value. Then I set the value of n in the expression part, so that as long as the user wants, he can go on repeating the loop, right? We have one more example, that is finding a factorial of n numbers. Here also I can give the choice to the user up to where he wants to perform the factorial. So in this program we are going to take we are going to take count n, and we are also going to take another variable called product. So initially I am allowing the user to enter his choice, that is the value of n. We are scanning the value of n and we are initializing the value of I. Already value of product we have initialized to 1, value of I we are going to initialize to 1, and now we are going to write the body of the loop. So here we are writing for I is equal to 1 up to I less than or equal to n I plus plus, right? And inside the body of the loop we are going to write product is equal to product into I. So this loop is going to be repeated as long as the value of I is less than or equal to n. So for example, we have taken here if n is equal to 5. Now if n is equal to 5, initially before entering the for loop, it is going to check is I less than or equal to 5. If it is true, then it will enter the loop and it is going to perform product is equal to product, it is product is equal to product into I, right? And each time it executes the loop, before going to the beginning of the loop, it is going to perform I plus plus, that is I is equal to I plus 1 automatically, right? So this goes on repeating as long as the value of I is less than or equal to n. Once this condition is false, it will come out of the loop and it will print the value of product. Right, this is how we can use the for loop. Now we have the next program, that is to display multiple tables. That is, I can also write the program to display tables, like we have shown here an example of 5 table. To perform that, simply we are asking the user to enter the value, read the value. In for loop, I am saying because I am supposed to print from 5 ones up to 5 tens. So I am repeating the loop from I is equal to 1 up to I less than or equal to 10. Now the beauty is in this program is how I print the statement. So in printf, I have written %d x %d equal to %d. So x value here is n, because n we are taking from the user, because if you see here, n, that is 5 value, has to be fixed. So n is the value. Then I is nothing but 1 2 3 4, it is going on incrementing, so it will take the second place value, placeholder value, and then I am going to print the value, that is 5 into 1 is equal to 5. So that if I want to perform, I am writing n into I. So each time the loop executes, value of n is fixed, that is 5, value of n is 5, it is fixed, whereas I goes on changing from 1 2 3 4. So it will perform multiplication and it is going to print these values as 5 10 15 20, so on. Right, so this is one example of for loop. So we shall see some of the facts of for loop. Okay, so usually in technical tests you will get such questions. Now what will happen if you are going to put a semicolon at this point, that is as soon as I write the condition of the for loop point, I have written it little bit beside. Okay, if I put a semicolon here, what will happen? If I put a semicolon here, the processor will understand it as a end of the statement and it will not enter into the body of the loop. Now what will be the output for this program? Now let's see here. We know that for loop will end only when the condition is false, right? But here our I value is 1 and I have already put the terminator. So the for loop will go on repeating at this line itself. It will not enter the next line. It will just go on repeating as long as I is less than 10 condition is true. Now till then it just goes on performing I is equal to I plus 1. Right. Now once this condition is false, only then it will come out of the loop. So when it comes out of the loop, it sees the statement, that is print I. So now it will print I is equal to, what should be the value? Is it 10 or 11? Can anybody tell me? Yes, it will print I is equal to 11, because it will come out of the loop only when I is 11. So you will get an output I is equal to 11. It will not show any error during the execution. No syntax error, nothing, but it will print the value as I is equal to 11. The same way, if I am going to write a for loop without any condition, without any initial value, no expression and no increment or decrement value. If I am going to write in this fashion, that is I sum into bracket, for into bracket, how I'll write it more clearly, for semicolon and closing. If I write in this form, it will consider as the conditions are already specified, and this will become a infinite loop, right? So this is what you are supposed to remember. Okay, so try to write the programs, only then you will understand. So try to write the programs and execute them. Okay, thank you.